The age of the great Zeppelins was one of humanity's boldest attempts to conquer the skies, blending engineering brilliance with dramatic triumphs and even more dramatic tragedy. At the center of this movement stood Count Ferdinand von Zeppelin, a retired German army officer who transformed his dream of rigid airships into a national obsession. Zeppelin's company, Luftschiffbau Zeppelin, based in Friedrichshafen, Germany, became the world leader in airship design and construction. Their ships were unlike anything that had flown before. Massive, rigid-framed giants supported by aluminum alloys, wrapped in layers of treated fabric and filled with lifting gas. By the mid-1930s, the pinnacle of this technology appeared, the legendary LZ-129 Hindenburg. Construction began in 1931 and was completed in 1936. The ship stretched 804 feet, longer than for city buses end to end. The Hindenburg's internal skeleton was made of duralumin, a lightweight but strong aluminum alloy ideal for aviation. The outer covering was cotton fabric coated with cellulose acetate butyrate, which would later become a controversial part of the disaster. The ship was designed to use helium, but the United States, the only major supplier, refused export due to rising tensions with Nazi Germany. As a result, the Hindenburg was forced to use hydrogen, a decision that engineers knew was dangerously risky. Despite this, the Hindenburg was promoted as the ultimate luxury aircraft, offering unmatched elegance for wealthy transatlantic travelers. Passengers enjoyed dining rooms, lounges, private cabins, and even a pressurized smoking room, a remarkable feat for a hydrogen-filled vessel. The ship's interiors were decorated by German artist Professor Fritz Bain, with modernist furnishings and art pieces. The Hindenburg made its first flight on March 4, 1936, and soon after, it began regular international service. During its short career, the Hindenburg completed 63 successful flights, including 30 for Atlantic crossings. Flights were smooth, quiet, and scenic, capturing public imagination around the world. Passengers could walk freely, dine at tables with real silverware, and look out panoramic windows as the ship glided across oceans and continents. What many did not know was that the Hindenburg also played a role in political propaganda. The Nazi government used Zeppelin flights as symbols of national pride, often arranging for the airship to appear at rallies and events. Joseph Goebbels, Germany's Minister of Propaganda, understood that images of the Hindenburg floating above crowds created powerful nationalistic messaging. The public was not informed about the engineering concerns that plagued hydrogen airships. Engineers privately worried about gas leaks, static buildup, and the flammability of the outer skin. Before the disaster, crew members had recorded at least one instance of leakage in the tail's gas cells. These warnings were minimized because the Hindenburg program was too important politically to delay flights. The ship's envelope coating contained aluminum powder and iron oxide, the components of thermite, a substance that burns extremely hot once ignited. This fact would be kept from the public for decades. The tail section of the ship also had a history of structural stress, especially during sharp maneuvers. Internal cables and bracing wires had snapped on previous flights, though repairs were made quickly. By 1937, the Hindenburg was preparing for another transatlantic journey to the United States. On May 3, 1937, it departed Frankfurt with 97 people on board, 36 passengers and 61 crew. The crossing was slower than usual due to strong headwinds over the Atlantic. As the ship approached the United States coastline, bad weather near the landing field caused delays. For hours, the Hindenburg circled the Lakehurst Naval Air Station in New Jersey. Passengers grew restless, and fuel reserves began to run low. Finally, the weather cleared enough to attempt a landing. Witnesses on the ground noticed the ship appeared heavy in the tail, causing it to dip slightly. Crew members pumped hydrogen between cells to rebalance the ship, a procedure that was common but risky. At 7:21 p.m., landing ropes were dropped from the bow. These ropes became wet and grounded the electrically charged airship to the earth. Moments later, flames suddenly erupted from the tail, lighting up the sky. Within seconds, fire ripped across the ship's outer skin, spreading faster than anyone could react. The massive airship became a collapsing inferno, falling to the ground in just 34 seconds. News cameras recorded the entire event, making it one of the most iconic disasters in history. The emotional radio broadcast, "Oh, the Humanity," became immortalized in American culture. Of the 97 people on board, 36 died, along with one ground crew member, bringing the total fatalities to 37, despite the horror. More than half of those on board survived, many by leaping from the burning ship at the last second. The official U.S. investigation concluded that a spark ignited leaking hydrogen, but the exact ignition source was never definitively proven. One theory suggests static electricity built up during flight and discharged when the ropes hit the ground. Another theory proposes that a bracing wire snapped and punctured a gas cell, allowing hydrogen to escape. Several eyewitnesses reported seeing a flutter or ripple on the fabric moments before the fire, possibly a tear. More controversial theories emerged in later decades. Some experts argue that the thermite-like coating on the skin ignited first and spread fire across the surface. Others point to previously undisclosed maintenance issues in the tail section that were not shared publicly at the time. Recently uncovered documents revealed that engineers had expressed concerns about gas cell integrity well before the disaster. These warnings were never revealed to passengers or the international public. Political pressure for successful flights overshadowed safety recommendations. The German government initially blamed anti-Nazi sabotage, but no evidence supported this claim. Modern investigations generally agree that the disaster was likely caused by a combination of leaked hydrogen and static discharge, with the flammable skin accelerating the fire. The Hindenburg tragedy instantly ended the golden age of passenger airships. Airlines quickly replaced Zeppelins as advances in airplane engineering made long-distance travel safer and faster. The Hindenburg sister ship, LZ-130 Graf Zeppelin II, continued flying for a short time but was soon grounded permanently. By the start of World War II, Germany dismantled its remaining airship fleet to reuse aluminum for aircraft and military purposes. The dream of luxurious sky voyages faded into history. Today, only non-rigid blimps remain, operating mostly for advertising, broadcasting, and occasional surveillance missions. These modern blimps use helium, not hydrogen, and are vastly smaller and safer than their predecessors. The Hindenburg remains a powerful symbol of both technological achievement and catastrophic failure. It serves as a reminder of the importance of safety, transparency, and engineering integrity. The disaster also shows how political influence can override scientific caution with devastating consequences. Decades later, historians still study the disaster, uncovering overlooked details and re-evaluating engineering decisions. Interviews with surviving crew members revealed that many had long feared that hydrogen would eventually lead to an accident. Several recalled smelling gas on earlier voyages, a warning sign that was never addressed publicly. Internal correspondence from the Zeppelin company shows growing tension between engineers and government officials. The company wanted helium, but Germany's political climate made obtaining it impossible. Even if helium had been approved, supply was so limited that only one or two large airships could have been filled. Because of this shortage, hydrogen was used despite engineers' objections. The Hindenburg disaster changed public perception of airships forever. What had once been a symbol of luxury and national pride became associated with danger and tragedy. Aviation historians note that without the disaster, airships might have continued evolving alongside airplanes. Some designs proposed in the 1930s included fire-resistant skins, helium cells, and improved engines. But public confidence was shattered, and investment in airships vanished abruptly. The Hindenburg's fall stands as one of the most dramatic turning points in aviation history. Its legacy is a powerful blend of innovation, risk, secrecy, and a tragic final chapter in the skies over New Jersey.